So hello everyone, welcome back to my video. So how are you everybody? So basically today in this video we are going to learn about the basics of Excel. Well, my name is Ahmed Bashar and I'm going to explain some of the basic skills required to get started with the Excel. So I'm not an expert in Excel, but I know some of the things on how your Excel skills plays a major role in corporate company or else in any other companies you go, they prefer Excel. So what I'm gonna help you with that is that the main things which you wanted to learn in Excel. So this video is not for someone who are excited to learn Excel in 2 minutes, because learning Excel in 2 minutes is not efficient, but you have to make sure that you remember it and you are handy whenever you handle Excel. So in this video I am going to explain everything briefly, and please be patient, and because I am going to discuss some of the important contents with Excel. So here are some of my preloaded contents. Like, it's not something like preloaded, I have just typed in the name of the student. So basically assume that this is one of the I mean reports of a school in which five students are being studying. And yeah, so let's just discuss the contents which are over here. And I hope you will definitely be able to handle some data after this video. So let's get started. So in the very beginning I would like to discuss, like, I am using the version of Excel of 2010. So maybe the latest version is 2019. So no worries, every feature and every shortcuts and every single thing which I am going to express is going to be the same in whatever version you use, but just the interface, the user experience and the design is going to vary. But every single function is uh, every single function is common and everything is same, so you don't have to worry regarding that. So basically, what is Excel? Excel is used for handling large amount of data, tons and tons of data even. uh, like, as a human you will not be able to calculate, but Excel can do everything in just fraction of seconds. That is the best feature that Microsoft Excel has provided. And so let's get started. So initially, what do you mean by cell? So what do you mean by cell? Do you have any idea regarding cell? So wherever I place this particular icon, like, the hover up, it's called a cell. So as you can see, this is one cell, and this is one cell, and this is one cell, this is one cell, this is one cell. So each of the boxes which you could see in the entire sheet are called cells. So basically you can fill percentage, numbers, text, or whatever you want. You can do all those font sizing, font colors, alignments and everything. You can do it in cell. And it's cool. So the next thing when we come to is that whenever we fill something, for example, if you're filling something over here, it is something or letters or numbers, it's cool. But when you when you type a lot of contents in the single line, it's just looking uneasy, right? So it's just covering up all the things which are in the column C. So how do you get rid of this? So the major thing is that go hover up over here, and you could see that a plus sign pop-ups, and just simply double tap that and drag it to the entire thing of the contents which you are going to add in that particular cell, and leave it up. As you could see, it has been perfectly aligned in the column B, and the rest of the things are just pushed aside so that it looks perfect. Like, yeah, so let me just go back to it. And yeah, so the next thing which we are going to see is that it's ribbon. So what do you mean by ribbon? Ribbon is something like the contents which are used to uh, modify or configure the Excel. So basically this is called a ribbon. The thing which you could see here is called the ribbon. In the ribbon you have clipboard, font, alignment, number, style, cell and editing and pretty much stuff. And here is another one ribbon where you can hover up with home, insert, page layout, formula, data, review, and view, everything else. So basically, we are not going to cover up everything because those are advanced. So I'm just going to describe you a beginner level and basic level friendly Excel to handle stuff. So basically, this is called ribbon, and it contains whatever you need to configure your data. And what are rows and columns? As you could see, Excel has number of rows and number of columns as you come across. uh, so the basic thing which you need to remember is that now if I keep my cell here, so what do you think the row and the column is? How do you designate the cell name? Okay, how do you designate the cell name? You could basically, in Excel, the columns are marked in alphabets and rows are marked in numbers. So as many numbers it replicates, those many numbers will appear. So as many columns it replicates, those many alphabets will appear. So after that there is no alphabets. What it does is it becomes AA and AB and AC and so on. Similarly, it replicates till ZZ. So until then you can replicate the columns and it will become triple A and triple Z, and it will become 4A and 4Z. So likewise everything will be perfectly fine and you can add tons of data in Excel. So then coming up with the rows and columns as well, uh, I have just not completed that. So basically, what will you designate the cell? For example, this is the cell. So what is the name of the cell? Basically, in Excel, you name a cell with the name of the column and the name of the row. For example, you could see the name of the cell over here. Here you could see, as you hover up your arrow, you could see that it is hovering up like name box. Here you could see the name of the cell. For example, why did it come D8 over here? Because this particular cell belongs to the column D and the row 8. So this particular cell was designated as D8. For example, if you keep your icon over here, you can see that F8 comes up. Why? Because it is in F column and the 8th row. So basically it defaultly applies that this particular column and this particular cell constitutes the cell name F8. So coming up with the formula bar. Okay, so coming up with the formula bar, where is it, where is it, where is it, where is it, where is it? Yep, yep. Okay, okay. We'll just get back to that later. And what is workbook and worksheet? So basically, the things which we are working upon this particular Excel basic is a workbook. This particular Excel basic which I have given or created a new Excel is called the workbook. And what a worksheet? So basically, this is a sheet which we are currently working on. So if you want to toggle another sheet, just click over here, sheet 2, and if you want to go another sheet, just click over here, sheet 3. Likewise you can create another sheet. As you can see, a pop-up comes like insert worksheet. So there is also a shortcut of shift F11. So as you click on shift 11, a new sheet will be pop-up, and you can even generate how many sheets ever you want, because to like when you collect data, tons and tons of data cannot be stored in a single sheet, so that user get confused. So basically what a corporate do is they divide every content in every sheet. So in sheet 1 I have filled this. So if you want something in sheet 2, you can always do this. So in sheet 1, so how do you rename sheet name? Or if you want to, like, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 2, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 are there. So if you want to rename the sheet, for example, if one user is coming, he doesn't know what is this. So one user is going and setting, he doesn't know what is this. In order to give a specific name, we have to just go over here and click double tap over that, and you can change the sheet name. For example, progress. I have named this as progress, and you can see that progress. So when user comes and read it, he will understand, okay, so this is the progress of the class students. So then coming up with the status bar, when described the status bar. So when I talk about status bar is something like the whole sum of data which you select for. So let me just show you a demo of that. So For example, Sam has scored 95 in English, in 94 in language, 95 in maths, 98 in science, and so on. So if you want something, so basically where is the status bar appears here. So basically now there is nothing because I haven't selected anything. So when you just select it over here, how will you select? Just double tag and drag the icon, I mean drag the icon, and you will see the result in the status bar. Let's just try, just double tap and drag that, and you could see status bar has popped up saying the average of the selected numbers are this, the count of the selected numbers is 5, and the sum of the selected numbers is 481. So likewise you can even try it with this. You could see the average of the selected 5 columns and rows is 91.4, and count is 5, and so on. So here you could see blankly, without calculating anything or without calculating the sum or else, you can just simply select it over here and you can see the status of what you have selected. So coming with the dialog box zoom, what is dialog box zoom? Dialog box zoom is something like, for example, when you initially open up an Excel, you will have a view like this, too much columns and too much stuff. So maybe you will not be able to look into it deeply. Some people has large number of data, so they may be feeling over here, yeah, and so on. So for a perspective view, what they do is they just unzoom everything. So yeah, you can see that, right, how it is getting toggled. So basically this is what happens. So in order for the perspective for you to view it properly, so I have zoomed it. So yeah, let's just you can even customize your zoom information and just click OK. Oh my god, I don't know what just happened, so let me just try it. 1 second. Oops, what has just happened? So yeah, we're back. Yes, we're back. So this is what zoom dialog box all turns about. And if you want to just click on, if you want to just increase to 2%, you can just obviously click on this plus, or else you can use this minus symbol as well. So what is quick access toolbar? Where do you find quick access toolbar? Basically quick access toolbar is find over in the left hand corner in the top side. You could see something, down arrow mark, where it pops up customize quick access toolbar. When you just click over there, you could see the things whichever you want. Like you could see save here, and you could see, so this is undo and this is redo. Whichever things you want, you feel that you want it to be there so that you can access it quickly, you can obviously place it over. For example, if you are frequently sending mails, you want the mail access toolbar in the top hand corner. You can just simply select it, and you could see the mail logo has been applied, and you can transfer it through mail as well. So if you feel that it is uncomfortable and I don't need it, you can just unselect that, it always goes out. So this is what quick access toolbar is all about. And what is auto sum? Auto sum is some of the special feature from Excel. It is for beginners. Auto sum will be perfectly all right to handle some data, and you can also have a practice as well. So practice is definitely important. So as you practice, you are going to learn a lot of stuff and become handy as well. So auto sum, what does, obviously you can see the sum, the total marks scored by Sam in the status bar. But what do you want to do? What do you need to do? What are the simple step which you want to do when you need a total over here? Just select all the things which are need to be summed, and and you can see there is a column over here saying editing. Just simply click on auto sum. Okay, automatically it adds the sum over here. So the sum of Sam's, this total mark of the Sam is 481. And if you select this, you can even see here 481, and the same implies to 481 as well. So it's pretty cool, right? So similarly you can do the same for Matthew as well. So let's click auto sum, and it automatically gets applied over there, so you don't need to worry anything regarding that. So autofill options, what do you mean by autofill options? Autofill options is something like, like it's special feature where you don't need to, like, for example, for each thing you can't have to select everything and click on autofill, say autofill, autofill, autofill every time. So autofill, auto sum every time. So autofill is an option which makes work simple. As you could see that let's try one using autofill options. So basically you need to fill all these total marks scored by every individual. So let's do one thing using autofill. Imply the same to all the stuffs. Select the column, select the rows and columns which you want to add upon and click auto sum. It automatically adds over here. When you click on this, when you hover your arrow over there in the corner, you could see a plus mark pop up. Just simply double tap that and drag that. Automatically the entire sum or entire the total marks is being added over there. Why? Because autofill option has the capability to do the same thing which you applied for the previous step. So if you solve something in this kind of particular way and if you get that answer, autofill has that capability to bring the same and apply to the same for the every rows and columns which is dedicated for. So similarly we can try the average marks for each subject. Okay, so let's just try it out and check it out whether it is applicable or not. So just select over here, and we need average, not autosum. So you don't have to click autosum, just click it over here and select average. So automatically average marks of English has been added over here. And basically you don't have to do the same thing again and again selecting all the columns. You just have to select over this, and as you hover over here you could see a plus icon. Just simply drag that and you could see automatically the average marks of every subject has been implied to all the stuffs. And yeah, obviously I hope autofill options was pretty much cooler than other stuff. And font. So basically what is font and why? Whatever you see in this particular uh, box is applicable to only font and not the cell. Okay, you have to make sure that whatever you do is everything is based upon the font and not the cell. Nothing is going to change the cell. Okay, so basically fonts contains the style of the font, the size of the font, the color, whether you want to give borders, underline, italics and bold as well. So font is generally required. Okay, font is something which is really a good thing in Excel. So WhatsApp. Next, let's go to find and replace. When you need to suppose imagine you have a whole sum of data, large content of data. So it's difficult to find someone in your class. So what will you do? You can't be scrolling all the data which is available in the Excel. So the simple step which you need to follow is that just you can see that there is one thing called editing. We have already seen for AutoSum. Same thing, just select find and select then click find. So what do you need to find? What do you need to find actually? So in case imagine for example imagine this perfect. So if you find something spelling mistake, you could see that Smith is written as SMM. It's actually must be written as SMITH. It is written as SMMITH. So what you need to do is, just if you want to change, suppose if he has appeared for a lot of exams, a lot of errors were there, just click on find and select, just click find. You need to fill the name like SMMITH. So this was the thing which went wrong and it has found where the Smith is. You need to replace it with SMITH, right? This is the correct spelling, this was the wrong spelling. So you have to find Smith SMMITH and replace it with SMITH. So generally click on next and okay, replace. So yeah, replace all, just not next, just click replace all. So it gets replaced and Excel has completed its search and has made one replacement. So one replacement has been made in the name of Smith. Okay, only one. If there were a lot of subjects or a lot of things, you might need to select replace all so that it get implies to all the things as well. Okay, so the font and find and replace is over. So what is insert and merge? Insert and merge is basically the things which you could see over here. Insert is something which is specially designed to insert some external data, as well as for illustrations, charts, filters, links, text, symbols as well. So for, like, if you see my content, it's not properly aligned, right? Like it's just like something filled up in Excel. So if you wanted it to be something neat and good, just click on table, so that it automatically predicts that. Excel has the capability to predict that. Okay, so this is the content which is available, and we need to add a table for this. And yes, we my table has headers. What are the headers? So these are the contents which are headers. The name of the student, English, marks, and so just click headers, and automatically within a second, it has been applied. So basically, you could see the thing, and you could even change the, as you could see, when you hover up the styles, you could even change the styles are being changed. Okay, you can see the styles are being changed. And yeah, basically I find it very useful for presentations as well. And so let's just, okay, so let's not worry about that. So yeah, basically your data won't be like erased or something like, ah, okay, it's perfectly fine. And yeah, now since because it was stable, and we will it won't be able to like merge and center it. But you can see the merge and center is being disabled when you add a table, but it's perfectly fine for presentations and for submitting your data as well. And so automatically you could see a pop-up like a box has been added, which is used for filter case, in order to like, yeah, you can even sort out from A to Z or Z to A. So in order, like, if you select only the names, see what happens. If you select only the names and sort it to A to Z, all the data won't be uh, changed, but only the names. But if you do that, every data will get collapsed. So the thing is that you have to select, let's just get back from the table. You have to select, so you are wondering which shortcut which I was using for going back. You could see over here every shortcut which I am using has been written over. You can just keep a note of it, so that it will be beneficial for. And I will explain you what this page up and down is. So meanwhile, please be patient. So in order to sort it down from A to Z, or ascending or descending, you have to select the entire data which you need to be sorted down, so that the data in here wouldn't get merged as well. And click on sort and filter. You need to sort it to A to Z. Just click A to Z, and automatically all the data which is corresponding to the marks and the name will get sorted, and you can have a clear view if you're working with the data handling process. So yeah, as I said, page down is something which is in your keyboard. If you are having lots tons of data, if you so this is the first page. If you want to go for the next page, you need to just click page down in your keyboard. You could see that I am shifting to the next page, just shifting. If you need to go up, you can just click on page up, page up. So so if you want to just move for a single row, you have to click the down arrow which is over here. It moves every single row, because it gives precise for people who just have short data. For large data, this is not a convenient way to handle stuff. For large data, they usually prefer page up and page down. So this is actually something which I felt it beneficial. So what is the next thing? We have to calculate the percentage. So how will you calculate the percentage? So basically there is one thing called number over here. If you defaultly select it as, so this box contains percentage. So whatever number you fill in there, excuse me, so whatever number you fill in there will get added up with the percentage symbol, because this box was defaulted using percentage. So now you can see this box is defaulted with general, if you want to add a percentage, you can obviously change it to percentage, and next time you fill this, it will be popping up with percentage symbol without you typing that percentage. Okay, so let's just get rid of this. So now you need to add the thing. I mean, now you need to calculate the percentage of Anderson. So what do you do? For example, the percentage formula for this particular thing is that the total marks scored by the candidate divided by the total marks for the exam was conducted into the percentage, into 100. I mean, into 100. So what basically we should do is, this is the total marks. So it is in the cell G2. So what I'm going to do is that, let me just a minute, click here, G2, give G2 over here, and give it divided by 500, because that was the marks for which the exam were organized into 100. So as soon as you press enter, you could see the percentage of Anderson was 90.80 percentage. So you obviously have, if you want to calculate each one of them, you can even go ahead and try by giving equal to G2 divided by 500 into 100. Oh sorry, I just gave G2, it must be G3. G3 divided by 500 star 100. So this was the percentage obtained by Elizabeth. Similarly, you can enter the entire student's marks using the autofill option. Just drag till how much ever you want, and there you go. All the answers are appeared over here. And similarly, you could do for lot many applications, lot many data, so lot many stuffs are there. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope I covered all the things which are discussed over here. So see you in the next video, guys. So please follow me in my social media. So please feel free to reach out if I have missed something wrong, or please feel free to share your thoughts regarding my video. So this is going to be my second video on explanation. So I hope you learned something new, and yeah, thank you.